Hello, it is April 24th, 2023 at 5:52 p.m. Eastern Time, USA, 1752. I'm Mitch Miller. This is my video journal, and I want to address the situation in Sudan in Africa. I'll try to be as brief as possible. As you can imagine, the coverage of Sudan in the news is not as extensive as that of Ukraine conflict. So it's taken me some time to realize the importance of this moment. I apologize to the people of Sudan and to these warring generals in Sudan for not taking notice more quickly of how serious and dire you believe your situation is. Now, to these two warring generals in Sudan, please continue the ceasefire. No good comes from civil war. Learn from the United States. We had a civil war under the guise of ending slavery in the United States, and when the dust settled, the politicians and the wealthy had adapted a new form of slavery, one that was much more complex and easy to hide from the public because they controlled the media. And that system's been in place since 1868. From what all I can gather is that there is two military-style generals having a conflict in Sudan. All of the diplomats have been evacuated, or most of them, from Sudan. So now we have a situation where the foreign politicians are now out of your country. They're out of Sudan. Please consider working with your domestic politicians now that they're not influenced by foreign entities. Please consider working with your domestic politicians to resolve this dispute. Now, I am happy to moderate the situation. I will look at the history of your nation, the conflict in your nation, and any grievances you have, current or past, with neutral eyes. You know me, I'm a neutral individual, maybe the most neutral person on the planet. If I'm given the information provided through, I don't know, the United States military, the United Nations, excuse me, and meeting with you personally, you two generals personally, I'm happy to meet with you. I'm happy to put addendums on my peace treaty in the nation of Sudan rather than on this river cruise that I have coming up in June. I can accelerate this and add the things I want to add to the peace treaty. We can develop a new version of the peace treaty, and hypothetically, you two generals could be the first to sign on to this peace treaty and resolve a conflict using non-lethal means. This could be huge, and I hope that you'll consider doing this. Now, for me to come to Africa, I might require a course of vaccinations for my safety. That might take a week for those vaccinations to take full effect. So please consider continuing the ceasefire until I can physically come, meet with both of you, work through an interpreter, whatever means we need to hear your grievances and listen to them from neutral terms. Okay? So that's my proposal to Sudan. Again, I feel that most of your issues could probably be resolved if we start the Periscope platform that ends corruption in politics, the Anti-Core platform that ends corruption in corporate matters within your country, and possibly even starting the EnviroUnion program, which transitions union membership within companies to a more sustainable way of spending their income, guarantees between the executives and the employees, so on and so forth. All three of these items are described on my websites, so please, I hope you can get an interpretation of them. They're on one of my 4 websites, MitchForMayor.com, PlotM.com, OnTheVoter.com, or TRAFNet.org. In addition to coming to Sudan and listening to your grievances, looking at them from neutral terms, I will try to start at least these 3 programs, this nonprofit technology company in your country, where you can both mutually come together and deliver transparency and anti-corruption strategies for your government and your businesses in Sudan. That's the Periscope platform, the Anti-Core platform, and EnviroUnion program. You're welcome to any of my other ideas and programs that I've proposed. And please list those in the order that you want those to be rolled out in your country, and I will do everything in my power to see to it that they are brought to fruition. Now, I'm not a very powerful man. I make $13,000 a year. I have no clout with the government of any government. But perhaps if you take recognition of me, we can get the ball rolling on rolling out these strategies throughout Africa and throughout the globe. So I ask you to please continue the ceasefire. The world has taken notice of your situation. The foreign politicians are out of your nation. They cannot have secret meetings behind closed doors with your domestic politicians. So let's work with your domestic politicians to bring transparency and anti-corruption to the Sudan. As far as I can ascertain from Euronews Network, a UN representative, a United Nations representative, has remained in Sudan. Please guarantee his or her safety and reach out to this UN representative if you would like to meet with me, or either virtually, video, or in person. If we can arrange a UN escort for my safety, if you can guarantee my safety in some regard, and I'm willing to come with a UN escort to speak with you in person, shake your hand, and meet with you in person. So I felt the need to reach out to these 2 generals in Sudan. Again, you're welcome to come to Pennsylvania. If we could work on mile marker 70 program of non-lethal pistol duels. But I do not have approval from the governor of Pennsylvania, and you probably do not want to leave your country in limbo while you come to the United States to resolve issues. I'm willing to come to you. I'm willing to sit down and look at a map of Sudan for the first time with you, with both of you, and if it's a territorial situation, we can figure out the territorial divisions and use my peace treaty, my international peace treaty, as a guideline as to how we can resolve these issues in a non-lethal manner. So let's stop the destruction, stop the killing, continue the peacefire, and I will come to you as soon as I get an official notice from the United Nations or any other military that would like to provide me with an escort to meet with these two generals. I apologize for not knowing your name, but again, the coverage of your situation is not as in-depth as the coverage of the Ukraine conflict, or war, however you refer to it. So that is my proposal to the Sudan. And I hope you'll consider it. Perhaps you found the need to escalate things to this level because of the status of technology globally, and we can work out why you have taken such actions that you have to this point and try to resolve this peacefully going forward. So thank you for your time. I won't take up any more of your time. Again, reach out to that UN representative, say you would like to speak with Mitch Miller, and I will work with the United Nations to try to speak with you remotely and then work to speak with you in person. Thanks for joining me, and let's have peace nationally in Sudan and globally around the world. Thanks for your cooperation and consideration into taking my methods and to allowing me to look at your situation from a neutral perspective.